What's good? It's your boy Fanon. All right, man. We are in a day about to have a good day of boxing on Fox with the PBC. My man Guillermo Rigondeaux is making his return, and Caleb Plant is fighting Jose Uzcategui for the 168-pound belt, the IBF Super Middleweight Championship. And I am really, really looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to this fight for a while. So I'm going to do, just give my thoughts on it real quick. And that along with, what the outcome of the fight is going to be, what it means. And also talk a little bit about Guillermo Rigondeaux against Giovanni Delgado. Looking forward to it. Super looking forward to it. Also, there's another good fight that's going to be there. I don't know if they're going to show it or not, which is Brandon Figueroa versus Luis Flores. People remember Luis Flores. Luis Flores is the dude that took a dive. The dude that took a dive against Guillermo Rigondeaux. So, I'm always interested to see him fight just because he looks so funny walking when he's fighting. But anyway, man, before I do that, I want to thank you. Welcome you back to the channel, subscribers. If you're not subscribed, I hope that you accept my invitation to subscribe to the channel and also to hit the bell icon so that way you can be notified of when we release more videos and when we do our live streams. We do our live streams usually 10:15 a.m. Monday through Friday. And also, I hope I'm going to be putting more videos up on my Patreon. I've just got some new Patreon people on the Patreon. So I hope that you will check me out there as well, too. Talk about a lot of things not specifically related to boxing, but good old conversations that people talk about a lot in our live streams and questions in the comment sections. Now, this is going to be a good fight. I'm going to tell you straight out, I think that Caleb Plant, I was in between. I'm like 51-49. I was leaning towards Jose Uzcategui. But just as I'm walking up making this video, man, this is my fan thought. I think that Caleb Plant is going to pull this off, man. I think Caleb Plant is going to outbox Jose Uzcategui. I think that Uzcategui is going to get wild, going to wind up missing a lot, and that Caleb Plant is going to win this on a split decision. Okay, because I'm going to see how there's going to be one judge that favors a more aggressive guy, and this other guy, the other judge, is going to go for the slicker boxer. And so I'm just thinking that this is the day for Uzcategui to wind up losing. Now, the reason that I said that is because I went back and I watched two fights. I think it was Rogelio Medina, Chunky Medina's fight with Caleb Plant. And then I watched the fight between Uzcategui and Matt Korobov at 160 pounds. By the way, man, shout out to Matt Korobov, man. That dude was giving that dude. Matt Korobov had beat Jose Uzcategui. That's the only legitimate loss of Uzcategui's career, because the other one was to Andre Durrell, and that came when he was winning the fight. I think that he was on his way. That Durrell was on his way to closing the round, to closing it out. To closing it up. But I think that Uzcategui would have won that fight. He's just the type of cat, though, that hits after the bell, had all that drama around him, right? But other than that, I thought he was going to win the fight, but that he was on his way to winning the fight. However, against Matt Korobov, the counterpuncher, and I know that Korobov is kind of like Luis Ortiz in this way, man. He's a southpaw counterpuncher, right? So he's waiting on somebody like Uzcategui to let his hands go and to catch him with shots, counterpunching him, right? He used a lot of feints to freeze Uzcategui. Uzcategui didn't go for the feints, and when he didn't go for the feints, boop, there was that straight left, there was that straight right hand. Excuse me, yeah, there was a straight right hand from the southpaw. Now, that's why I'm thinking that I'm starting to lean towards Caleb Plant, because Caleb Plant is a very, very talented fighter. He has excellent movement. By that, I mean he's extremely, extremely athletic. He has very, very good eyes. He doesn't have as tight defense as I would like, as far as, like, but he rolls with punches. He slips a lot of punches. He sees what's going on. He's every once in a while, if there's a knockdown that takes place in this fight, it's going to be because Uzcategui catches Caleb Plant in between, because he's in the fight that I just watched today, he squared up a couple times. I was like, wow, if Uzcategui clocked him with his feet like that, he very well could get a knockdown, just because, every once in a while, Caleb Plant will, be squared up to you. But I think that Caleb Plant is the better athlete. I think he's got the faster hands. I think if this was a scenario, there's one thing that I would make me believe for certain that Caleb Plant could beat Uzcategui, and I would be like, nah, I'm definitely going for Uzcategui. I think this is going to be unanimous. I mean, I'm going for Caleb Plant. This is going to be a unanimous decision for Caleb Plant. Is if when Uzcategui catches up to him, and by that I mean, makes it a situation where he either cuts off the ring, or there's some infighting that goes on. If Caleb Plant was a little more James Toney-like, with slipping punches and countering with heavy shots, right, that really, that are really punishing shots, I would say the Caleb Plant man would get this fight easy. But that's not the case. When I was watching with Chunky Medina, that's really not how it came off. So anyway, man, that's what I'm leaning. I'm leaning for a win for Caleb Plant. I think it's probably going to be a split decision. I don't see Uzcategui just walking him down and, doing all that stuff, like he did to James DeGale. I mean, excuse me, not James DeGale, but Andre Dirrell. I think Andre Dirrell was kind of shop worn at the time, man. And, that's just, but as that, there were some rounds in the middle of those fights that Andre Dirrell really was landing some really nice, crisp counter shots on Uzcategui. And I just think that there's going to be a good amount of that going on with Caleb Plant. So that's my prediction for that fight. Now, the other fight that's taking place, man, I want to say something about my man, Guillermo El Chacal Rigondeaux. Good to see him back, man, weighing in at a fight that I don't know what the official fight weight for this fight is, but he weighed in at like 122.5 pounds. The other guy weighed in somewhere around 126 pounds. So if anything, this is in the 126-pound division. But it just shows you, man, that Guillermo Rigondeaux is just not that big a guy. Right? So he's just 0.5 pounds over the 122-pound limit. Clearly, in his next fight, or the fights that he's looking forward to win a championship in, it's going to be down there at 120. That's going to be at the 122-pound division. It's going to be interesting to see how he looks in the fight. Obviously I'm favoring Guillermo Rigondeaux, and the odds are, absolutely positively huge in favor of Guillermo Rigondeaux. With, I think it's minus 7,000. So if you bet against Guillermo Rigondeaux in this fight, man, and he loses, man, you can make you a whole bunch of money. But I don't think we really got too much to worry about with that one. It's just a scenario where the guy has lost, man, what is it? Six of his last 7 fights, he's lost 4 in a row, right? 7 of his last 9. So, this is pretty much just a stay busy shot, knock some rust off from him, and, we'll make it happen, man. This guy also has lost to Joshua Gere, Brandon Figueroa. He lost to Diego De La Hoya. Just a general journeyman type guy, man. But I'm looking forward to it. Now, that's the reason why I didn't do a specific video on Guillermo Rigondeaux coming back, because I know this is just a matter of him just getting out there and staying busy. And I'm hoping that he gets a couple more fights like this, man. Gets 3-4 fights in, then we can see him back at 100. We can see him back at 122 pounds, fighting. Fighting for a belt, man. And I think that, the PBC, they have the ability to, get him there and do that with him. So let's hope to see that. But this is a big day for Fox, man. As I'm making this video, I paused, the fights that have been on show that started early in the afternoon on Fox Sports 1, the replays, they started with a replay of Deontay Wilder, Chris Arreola. I think the next one they're going to show up you know, an earlier fight of Caleb Plant, and they're going to run these fights in boxing on FS1 the whole afternoon, man. And so I'm really looking forward to it. Again, I got Caleb Plant winning this 168-pound title, the IBF, and then that means the United States would have 18 world champions after tonight. And anyway, that is what it is. And with that, I'm out. Peace.